I'll call the meeting to order, 7:31 p.m. We can start. I don't see any public participation, so we can start with the approval of the minutes from last time. There a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the July minutes.
Second.
Okay. Christina,
Oh, yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
and I am also yes. So meeting minutes approved. So the first item I put on the agenda today was to kind of circle back to our discussion about the recycling at multifamily buildings. And I reached out to Tiana about the planning board, if she'd had communications with them. And she did forward me her last communications. I think, Melissa, it was the same thing she sent to you, she said at some point. So I don't know when she sent it to you, but I guess nothing has changed. And I haven't had a chance to dig into that. I was hoping to do it today, but had some challenges today with children being home, so I didn't get to it. I'm happy to take a closer look at it and see if it makes sense to like restart that conversation with the planning board, or if there were any other ideas with how to possibly move this issue forward. I'm happy to discuss.
I don't think she got very far with them,
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
that's probably true.
So did you say that Tiana reached out to the planning board?
She did. That's what she, here, let me find what she wrote to me. When I sent over the agenda, I shot her a little note to say like, what was the latest on this? Because I missed the beginning of the call last time.
Yeah, so she emailed Theo, who was the chair but isn't anymore, about discussing it with the planning board. And then she mentioned the citizen petition from the town meeting. And Theo responded, asking a bunch of questions, telling her that he wasn't the chair.
Oh.
And like what our approach has been, which has been the health department, board of health, dumpster regulations, and then that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was in May, looks like, right?
Yeah. So I think, yeah, we'd basically be starting from zero, and she didn't really get much further past zero.
So discouraging.
Yeah.
I wish there was another avenue.
So he was the chair at that time and now he's no longer, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can see who the current chair is.
Right, like who's the current one?
James Hogan.
Yeah.
Also, we could try contacting the planner for the town. That may be another avenue to check on, since she's a staff member and may be more likely to respond.
What's the role of the town planner? I don't even know what they're responsible for.
So zoning stuff, all kinds of town planning, master planning, all the plans.
All the plans.
Master planner, okay. All right.
So land use and development, zoning, that's basically what the planner does.
Okay. Senior planner. But is it Samantha?
Yeah,
Samantha P. Elliott. Okay. I mean, I'm happy to reach out to her, just start a conversation, see what she says. I don't know if it'll get us anywhere, but worth a shot, right?
yeah, I think it's worth contacting her, discussing what we're trying to do, see if she has any ideas, if she thinks we should talk to the planning board or not. Like, what's the best course of action? Tell her that we've tried to get somewhere with the Board of Health and the Health Department on the dumpster permits. And, you know, she may not know that what the DPW, you know, that they don't service, you know, give her the full background basically of, you know, DPW doesn't service units over 4, blah, blah, blah. Basically, how can we get current and future large buildings to have recycling?
Right.
Mhm. Okay. I am happy to take that action. I'll reach out to Samantha. And we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Feel free to CC us.
Okay. Great. Sounds good. Agenda back up. Oops. So the next item was starting school compost and waste reduction for the new year. And I think Tiana had also mentioned that she had some updates from like Woodville, but I haven't heard what they were. I don't know if you
Yeah,
had
so we
spoken
have a
to her.
bunch of meetings this week. Tomorrow I'm actually talking to Tim O'Brien on the phone, schedule a call finally. And I'm just gonna be asking him about, you know, what's the plan for extending the composting to other schools, adding more bins to Woodville, recycling at the Galvin, like everything.
Okay.
Trying to get answers for. And then Thursday, we have a meeting at Woodville with Tiana and Cheyenne will be there with the principal to talk about kind of the kickoff for that school, as well as the volunteer. I don't know if the new senior volunteer will be there, but kind of discuss, you know, what they'll be doing and you know, figure out who's going to be responsible for, you know, taking the cooler out every day, you know, just make sure we're kind of ready. And hopefully I'll have more answers to provide about, you know, well, after I talk to Tim about, you know, composting the trays.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. The composting tray debacle of last school year. All right. Hopefully we can get that right this year. Okay. And I think I remember you were saying we probably need to re-educate some folks in the kindergartners in the beginning of the school year. So
yeah, so we're planning to at least be at Woodville on the 9th, September 9th, and then probably all that week, since, you know, we don't want to get too crazy on the first week of school. Probably all that week of the 9th, we should kind of head back into the schools at lunchtime, see, you know, make sure everything's kind of set up and whatnot, and the kindergartners especially know what to do and all that. So I don't know if you guys are what your availability is that week.
I should be able to help on Monday and Friday. Tuesdays through Thursdays, I'm required to be in the office, so I can't really do those days.
I can probably help on a Friday and potentially another day. I just have to look at my schedule.
Okay.
Is it only at the Woodville or is it all the schools?
No, I mean, I think should check in at all the schools.
Okay, yeah, I can go to Dolbear. I live right there, so,
That's awesome.
yeah, I
Mhm.
can.
Could, handle Dolbear and then, we'll kind of split up the rest of the schools.
Mhm.
Um, Lily, I don't know if you wanna go to Walton maybe
Sure.
on that Monday
Yeah, that's easy.
and if Tiana's gonna be at Woodville on that Monday, maybe I'll go to Greenwood. We'll figure it out, but
Okay, yeah, I can do any of them, whatever makes sense.
okay.
Okey doke.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we can coordinate that over email.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds good. And I also saw Cheyenne sent around the sign up for
Yeah.
face reduction.
Yeah,
So-
I forwarded this meeting to her, but
Okay,
I'll touch base with her on Thursday at Woodville.
I have to take a closer look at that sign up, but we'll put my name
Yeah.
down for some dates.
Melissa,
I
do you
mean,
think,
I was, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, do you think that I can just, show up on like the 13th, at Dolbear? Or you think I should shoot the principal an email, just letting him know that we're coming in?
If
Or
you're not gonna be there until the 13th, I'll probably go there earlier that week.
Okay,
Things are going well.
okay.
then You can just go there on that
Oh, on
Friday
Friday and then just, yeah.
and make
check
sure
in.
that full week was, it went well. And
Gotcha, okay,
if you're able to take the food on that day, even better.
I can do that.
But yeah, let's like figure out over email with Tiana and Cheyenne who's
Mhm.
going where.
Good.
But as far as yeah, the food rescue pickups, I was hoping that it would be a little better this year, but it seems like it's not. So
Cheyenne was looking for extra support, wasn't she? I just thought you said something about her hours changing or having to be in the
yeah,
office
I
or
know. I don't
something.
know exactly how it's gonna work out
Yeah,
if it's nothing's changed. So
yeah.
I'll talk to her on Thursday, see what's going on. I know she had been trying to work with Boys and Girls Club to have them at least pick up some of it when they pick up the kids for
Mhm.
after school.
Right, that's true. Yeah, good point. All right, yeah, keep us posted. We can
Yeah,
help. All right, the other thing we were gonna discuss was the other initiatives we might want to tackle for the remainder of the year. We had Repair Cafe collection days. I know at the sports swap, somebody put in a request for a styrofoam collection day.
oh,
Hmm.
that's something we should definitely look into.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I know that I think Melrose has that.
Yeah, I think she mentioned Melrose. Yeah, she was like, I secretly pretended to be a Melrose resident so I could.
I mean, we had styrofoam collection at the recycling day in June.
Right, we did.
I'm not sure, how well that was kind of clear to people. It's always hidden under
Yeah,
other things.
I don't know if well, there was decent turnout that day, I guess, but I didn't know if the weather maybe kept some people away.
I mean, I didn't see the styrofoam truck.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know how much was actually collected.
I didn't really either. Yeah. But yeah, that was brought up. I think someone also asked about batteries again, and I told them we had done that. But it seems like there's appetite for that as well, especially
Yeah,
if
I
they
had
take the phone.
I emailed Ann about that. If we could get, that same box and have it at town hall. But I didn't hear
Hmm.
back. So those two things may be worth following up with Ann. I can do that.
Okay. Battery box and styrofoam. Yeah, I think those are good options.
yeah, those are great.
And then I know on the main call, Robin brought up the pumpkin compost thing. Does she spearhead that with Black Earth, or does she need someone from our group to help with that? I can't remember how it worked last year. can ask her.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think she may have reached out to Black Earth.
Okay.
I think, yeah, I mean, we talked about it during our meeting, so.
Right.
That doesn't usually happen till beginning of November.
Right. It's after Thanksgiving. I mean, sorry, it's after Halloween. And the other thing for Halloween is the candy wrapper collection, right? We're gonna try to do that again this year. I think so, if we have the funds.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well that did during the pumpkin drop.
Oh, now I'm recalling there were all these questions about the nuts, the wrappers and the nuts.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was kind of a mess.
Yes, there was
Yeah.
a parent.
that did get a little messy.
Yeah, there's a parent who's concerned. I
Yeah.
think that they had suggested just put them in a Ziploc bag and then put them in.
Oh, really?
I think that's what they had. That was kind of the workaround, like, you know, if they were to do Reese's or something that's peanut based, to put them in.
That seems like extra wasteful, though.
It is, and I think that was the concern, the concern. I think, like, do we collect them? Do we not?
Yeah, right, right,
Um,
right.
But that would at least contain the allergens.
Or maybe it's just a question of not putting it at the school. Like if
Yeah,
people
I mean,
would go
we
to
did
town
put it
hall,
at
but
the library,
the library.
Yeah,
so we could probably just do that again.
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably better.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
But we do need to request a box from what's it called? Rubicon?
Oh, what is that place called? I think I requested one too. So didn't we have a bunch?
Yeah,
Oh, what's that called?
I thought it was Rubicon.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah.
Trash or treasure.
Yes, trash or treasure.
They still have Valentine's Day. What? Is this just old? Oh, order boxes in September. Coming in September. Yeah. So Christina, you must have done the independent business one,
I did, yeah. So I can do that again.
and then we could do the community organization one. But yeah, it looks like they're not taking people signing up till September.
Okay.
So, maybe for our next meeting, we can just make sure we do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna add that on the agenda.
Mhm. What else are you guys thinking, if anything, for the rest of the year? I feel like the rest of the year goes so quickly, the fall and into like the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about a repair cafe,
We
but
have, yeah,
maybe that's something we do in the winter,
maybe.
since the fall is so busy with holidays and whatnot.
Right, I know. Yeah,
It'd be a good winter kind of community event.
could be, yeah.
I thought the swap was really like successful. That was like a good
It was very
concept.
successful.
I was wondering, I mean, just as a parent, I was thinking of Halloween costumes. I was like, I have so many. And I was like, would something like that be helpful? Where it's like these things your kids grow out of that other kids can use, but
Mhm.
like just something where we can
Yeah,
apply the same concept.
yeah. You know, I also thought of art supplies. I feel like I
Yeah,
have
like,
so many
like
art
things like
supplies
that.
that like my kids are done with.
Yeah, they don't, yeah,
Yeah.
just think, I'm like, I feel like as a parent, it's,
Yeah.
you know, you want to receive those things at
Yeah.
certain age, you know, ages and stages, and other times you really don't use those things anymore and they go to waste. So
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of requests for another sports swap.
sports one, yeah. Sports one.
People were coming up to me being like, I'll bring my stuff next week.
Right.
You'll be here, right? I was like, I will not be here. When are you going to do it again? Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll figure it out. So like they were very into it. Yeah.
Right.
So
So,
I
I
guess
mean, I guess, do we think that August was a good time for that?
it seems like it was.
And I think having it next to the farmer's market
Yeah,
definitely.
that was,
Totally. Yeah, it was a good spot for it.
yeah, that was great. Yeah.
So, I mean, we could, think about doing that again.
Yep.
Next year. And, maybe this time we do it in June. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Well, I mean, yeah, because usually the sustainability day is in April. It was just later in
right.
June.
That's right. It got pushed.
Rain.
Weather. Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably do two. I mean, not that we might not want to take that on, but like you could do one, a whole swap during the sustainability day and then another whole one in August. If it's April and August, they're kind of spaced.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we don't have to decide anything now. April's still a ways away, but it seemed like there was appetite for that. So I don't know. And then at the end of the day, it wasn't a huge deal to get rid of it in the end. It was just a little time consuming, but like the
Yeah.
rest of it just ended up at Goodwill and it was fine.
Did you end up bringing it? You just hauled everything there and they took
Well,
it
I
home?
got most of it a lot of it was taken. Really all that was
Good.
left was a lot of ice skates.
Okay. Yep.
And the guy that played against sports made me laugh, but it's
Mhm.
all pretty bad.
Yeah.
But Goodwill didn't bat an eye. I just like
Yep.
dumped the box with them and they're like, great.
Yeah. Right. Perfect.
So yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
Did the
Awesome.
did the guy at Play It Again give you an idea of like what it would take?
I don't think that we had a couple of cleats that were like metal cleats and those were fine. They just don't take metal cleats for some reason, but like the quality was fine. It was just like the skates we got were really beat up. I mean, somebody came and gave us like a huge amount of stuff at like 11:58, like 2 minutes before we were done with the swap. And someone just came and dumped a huge amount of like not very good quality stuff. That was most of what we had left. So
Okay.
it is what it is. It happens. So, but it's fine. Everything's gone now. And I had a lot of happy people. So that was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can think about it again for when we want to do it next year, but I'm definitely open to other swap ideas as well, since that one seemed to go over well. I can note that we might want to revisit Repair Cafe like early 2025 or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can try getting in touch with, or no, Christina, didn't you get in touch with, or you talked to that woman at the Repair Cafe?
Yeah, I went to the Repair Cafe. I just showed up and they let me in and just let me walk around and see kind of what it is. And I talked to her a little bit, but Tiana was the one who actually met with her. I think they had coffee and like delved into all the details.
Yeah.
So I just kind of saw it the way it was rolled out in Melrose.
Yeah.
It was at the senior center over there. So it was like a lot of like older people, that kind of thing. It wasn't like a younger crowd, but maybe that was because it was of the location.
Yeah. Did they have it there because a lot of seniors were like repairing stuff?
I think so. It looked like there was a lot of seniors, both bringing things and doing the repairing.
Yeah.
It just, and again, I'm not sure if it was the location or not, but might be something like for Brightview or something like that, where people are, it just didn't seem like people were bringing in, other things to be fixed. It was like lamps and what were the other things? It's like knives, they were sharpening knives.
Hmm.
Things like that.
Sharpening is useful.
They've always had it there.
Oh, they have, okay, yeah, so,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they haven't, they've done a few repair cafes in Melrose, and I don't think it's always been senior
oh, it
centers.
hasn't, okay,
It's just happened to be there.
yeah. I was just trying to get an idea of like what they fix, like what the
Right.
options, you know, like there were 2 floors.
Were there
Train,
like any textile, like clothes mending
yeah,
or
there
shoes
was,
or
yeah, there was like sewing
sewing?
Yes.
Yeah.
things, buttons, like you can get a button fixed, you can, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some people were waiting, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good question. I wonder who would bring in items for, I don't know.
Yeah.
But did you say it wasn't well trafficked? So, well,
It felt like an older crowd. That's the best way to explain
okay.
it. Like it felt like the people who either frequent the senior center, who go there for, you know, whatever their offerings are. Like it was well advertised within that kind of um, avenue. It felt like it was that kind of event and not so much a community event, but you know, I was only there for like an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it seemed like a nice thing for that group. Like they had coffee and they had like breakfast stuff and it was like a nice vibe, you know, for them. But again, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the appetite would be here and where we would have it and what which people would, you know, save things to bring or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know Tiana's been to one before too. I think that's where the idea maybe came from. So she had brought some things over and they had fixed it. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've even heard about them on like NPR. Like
Oh,
people.
you have?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're like all over the place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it's like stemmed from like Europe.
Cool.
They first started it.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to make sure it's got decent enough
So I make sure it's well,
traffic.
like well attended if we're
Right.
gonna do
Exactly.
that.
Do you know if the people were just volunteers? I can't remember. Or did they get like paid?
Yeah, so it looked like they were local volunteers and they each had like a little tip jar.
Ah,
So
okay.
it was like a free service, but you were able to pay, you know, give them
Sure.
$5 if they tip, you know, if they
Yeah.
fix something for you. Or sometimes for like a replacement bulb or something, like they would provide that and you would sort of give them that money at
Sure.
cost. So,
Okay. That makes sense.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Something to think about.
yeah, it was new for me. So I was just kind of like going around learning about what that, you know, what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can, actually, I've never been to the new, the woman who runs them, she runs a business called London Mend in Melrose, and they have a new space, well, somewhat new space, over there, and I have yet to visit there, so maybe I'll go check it out and try to talk to her.
yeah, she was really nice. She's really good.
You know, I've talked to her before when
Yeah.
she was in the other space they had, but it's been a while.
I think there was also like, if I remember correctly, there was like a payment piece, like, you know, we would have to pay her to come in.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
it
right.
was, and that was a little bit from her perspective. She said some communities like won't pay or they can't or whatever. So there was that piece of things too, to have her involved and running it.
yeah. Okay, let me see if I can make it over there and talk to her about it.
Okay. That is about it, unless there's any matters unanticipated that you guys wanted to bring up.
I don't think so. I think just coordinating over email for the week of the 9th.
Mhm.
approve them. Start the email chain on that.
Okey doke. In that case, shall we set the date for the next one? Let's
Mhm.
see.
Melissa, do you want me to request the candy wrapper box if our next meeting isn't until like for another month or so?
Like, I don't know when it's open in September.
That's September, so
If, I don't know if you wanna keep lookout.
okay, keep a lookout out for the specific date for that.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think we'd be looking at like September 24th for our next call. Does that work for you guys?
I'm gonna be away the last week of
Okay.
September.
No problem. October 1st?
I think
Oh, we
that's
have
the green
What?
business meeting.
Okay.
Is
We don't
that,
have to do so much.
it's that Tuesday, but I can do Wednesday.
Are you sure you want to do 2 back to back?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me, whatever works for you guys. I don't want to push it out too far. If,
Yeah, we could,
Or we could do the 30th, September 30th.
yeah, either
either
one.
one. Yeah. Either is fine with me. The 30th or the 2nd.
Yeah, I mean, either one works for me.
Okay.
All right. Then 30th? Monday,
Yeah.
September 30th? Okay. Okie doke. Sounds good. In that case, I think we are set. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion second.
Okay, Christina,
Yes.
Melissa. I'm a yes. So, meeting adjourned, 8:03 p.m. Eastern.
All right.
All right. Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Have a good last couple weeks of summer.
Yes, you guys too.
Talk to you
Have a holiday
later.
weekend.
Thanks, you too.
Yes. All right, bye.